hey, it's like, hey, do you have a condom? And they're like,
a condom?
yeah, cause it was like I have one, but it's all the way over there.
Shout out E-Man.
And I'm already here.
Use condom on
Here,
Mike.
Rip Pop Smoke.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
6:05.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to the Feature 52 podcast. We have 4/6 of the crew here on camera today, with a fifth of the sixth behind the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, his mic is there, but it's not on. I don't know what's going on, but his name is Mike, so that counts as double. We have our boy Kurian here. Kurian, how's it going, buddy?
It's fantastic. I'm glad that I get to be here. I love these guys. They're like my friends.
So
this is not your podcast debut though, because you've been in the room when we were recording like one of the first episodes.
with Kaysen, I think.
Kaysen,
I can't quite remember. Yeah.
Noise.
Yeah, but this is your debut with a microphone and
I
on camera.
know. I get a mic.
Yeah.
I can say whatever I want.
You've got the official artist spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
The hot seat.
And of course, we have Space War here with us as well, who plugged in all of these microphones except for this one.
Yeah.
I insisted that I do this one myself.
But
I
mainly
plugged mine in.
Kurian.
Yeah. But mainly Kurian. Yeah. How's it going, man? You did that killer live set just then.
Yeah, it was fun. I was not really expecting getting that into it.
Getting
but
lit.
It's nice. Yeah, like all of this is still pretty preliminary for me.
Yeah.
It's a lot of new stuff for me, but it's good getting used to it. It's
Yeah.
a nice apparatus to be able to do so.
So you are fairly new to music in general, if I'm not mistaken.
So kind of. I actually started producing just like beats. So I moved here in like 2004, right? And I didn't really get into music. This sounds really weird, but I didn't get really into music until high school. I mostly just listened to like random video game music or like anime soundtracks in like middle school. Like I was one of those kids. But I met my friend Reese, and he actually put me on to Kanye West's Yeezus album, and I was like, oh shit, music could sound like this. And then like I just got into it from there. And then around sophomore year of high school, I had a pirated copy of FL Studio 12 and just started kind of laughing out with it, mostly because I played piano before, so it was pretty easy to approach.
So you use FL mostly then?
Yeah, it's entirely FL. Like,
It's okay. Pirated FL Studio is the gateway drug to production.
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Once I had that unemployment money, that Uncle Sam money in 2020, I was like, I might as well just get a full version of this, and now I'm just producing off that.
All thanks to the guy that hit the bat.
And now you've got a whole album coming out.
Yeah, it's actually wild. It's really crazy because I've been trying to do this forever, and to be able at a point to be like, oh wow, I actually have like songs I can like perform and do. It's really, really cool. Yeah.
I mean, you've had a mixtape out before, but this is your
definitive.
This is
your album.
This is the Kurian.
Real Kurian fans down the line are gonna be like, oh, but you haven't heard his mixtape before he was Kurian.
Yeah. But and what was that under? I mean,
it was under Tabula Rasa, which is really funny that was my last artist name because it means like blank slate with limitless like potential, which I was like, oh, that's like kind of cool that I can use. But the fact that I ditched it for something new and then like completely did that, it's like almost thematic in a way. So yeah.
So you would say Kanye made you want to rap?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I know he's a pretty decisive figure, but like artistically and even like as a personality, it took a long time for me to try to just be myself, which I've been doing music for a minute, but having the confidence to do so was a completely different story. And however good I was with actually making music, the confidence was always the thing being the barrier stopping me from actually like trying in it instead of just like making beats on the side or something.
Yeah, I can see how Kanye would be that type of
exactly. Like I think it took a long time, but once it like started clicking in to be like, okay, I actually care about this and this is like an extension of myself. It became a lot easier to just kind of lean into it because I'm like, it's not like I'm doing anything other than just being myself. So
did you rap first or make beats first?
I made beats first. No, I'm a beat maker first. Yeah.
Would you mind moving your mic more like in front of
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Instead of
Is this
like,
better?
Yeah, it's like you'd speak into the front of it, not the top.
Yeah.
Got you.
But you can
Is
push
this
it back.
better?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to be like up
But you
on
could
it.
push it forward a bit.
You're starting to like.
Yeah, there you go. There you
My
go.
bad. My bad. Is
You're
this good?
good.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
good.
you're good.
Okay.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're
Yeah.
good. That was the. End of my
I
thought.
completely agree though with like the confidence thing.
Yeah.
It takes some years, honestly. Like if
Yeah.
if it doesn't come naturally to you, it's a skill that you have to develop over time.
No, exactly.
Especially when it comes to live performance, which you are also very new to.
Yeah.
You've done what, like just the one
Yeah,
performance,
I had
right?
a Chiba Hut show.
Chiba Hut show.
Which was great. Don't get me wrong, but that was the only one I had, and I just kind of I didn't realize how long it's been since that one. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a whole
Time-
different season.
Time flies.
time does fly.
Yeah. I noticed that all
Every
the time. with Zebra
Every
Force. I'm like, yeah, let's do a show, and then it's over, and like 3 months pass. I'm like, oh shit, it's been a minute. I
Yeah.
got too much shit going on.
That was quite a fun show.
yeah.
Safari
I-
Squad is not all here. Yeah,
No,
because
yeah,
Joe Kennedy's
Not
not
yet.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was your first show, and you're super charismatic, and it seemed like you
Yeah,
were
we could not-
familiar with performing.
Yeah, we could not boo you because
because you said we couldn't.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
set some ground rules. Yeah, I'm not allowed
Yeah.
to be booed.
Well, you got to set your boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
exactly,
feel
yeah.
that. I feel.
No, but it seemed great though. Like it was a great experience, and that really like even though it has been a minute since I've actually did perform, I was like, oh, like now I can actually like focus on making stuff that I then can reflect in my live performances, which is
Mhm.
really cool. Cause I'm not gonna lie, for that actual performance, it really was like a test run in every single aspect. Like even the songs, only like 2 of those songs ended up making the album, let alone songs that I'm even using for like actual material.
Yeah, I remember that day you came over to prep before the show. It was like 2 days before, and you just wanted to make sure like the tracks were running through the system and everything. And you were like, "Yeah, these aren't even like done." Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was just frustrating, right? Because a lot of my close friends know this, but I've been trying to again, I mentioned this at the beginning of the podcast episode, but I've been trying to make an album forever, and I'll always get to that point where I'm like 90% done,
yeah,
and then I just scrap the whole thing, and it's like
I've
been
done
there.
that
Yeah,
a couple
I've
yeah,
times.
I feel like most creatives in general will be able to relate with this.
Listen, man, sometimes you just got to keep it for yourself.
Exactly, and
Yeah, maybe there will be a time where you'll be like, I can make something better out of this now.
Yeah.
No, and I love like that's exactly the purpose it serves. Like the way, especially that I like making music is that I make it mostly for myself. Like I make music that I like to listen to.
Yeah.
I spend an embarrassing amount of time listening to my own songs. Like, of course, to check the mix and everything. But like on the way to the gym or just like other places, like I'll be like, okay, let's just like listen to the stuff I've made already.
Yeah.
You have to as a beat maker though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you'll
you
make
get it.
you'll mix a beat in the studio and then listen to it in your car and it'll be like, wow, there's something wildly
It'll be-
fucked up about it that I would not have noticed.
Yeah, if you're doing anything production,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I do it with Elephant King all the time.
Yeah, me
but
too.
I mean, even if I'm not working the production, I like to listen to my own stuff
Yeah.
every once in a while.
'Cause you gotta
Yeah.
get the streams up.
Yeah.
It's free money.
I
It's
listened
tough
to
out
Lit
here.
Biter 3 times today.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a free .0.0000000
Yeah.
cents.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Hey,
I
those
lo-
add up. Those add
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I listened to it and I'm like, oh man, I probably should have done that different. I'm like, well, it's too late now.
So
And that just feeds into
Yeah.
you've got your new album coming out. When does it come out?
It comes out on 9/11.
9/11.
which
So
is
which-
is that this week?
No,
wait, no, it's
no,
August.
This is August.
We're in-
This
we
is
are in August,
Yeah,
my
Hey
yeah,
guys, we're in
It's
August.
a month.
so which leads me to my
Yeah.
next question. The title.
Yes.
I would throw another shoe at George Bush.
Yes.
Talk about that. What's going on with the
Yeah.
title? Are all the songs
Yeah.
political?
Well-
You're obviously reaching for like I know some of your lyrics and you reach for the political
Yeah.
Yeah.
side of things. So what's
For
your goal for the album? I
For
guess?
for context though, I mean, the title refers to that one. There was a press conference he was
Yes.
doing, right? And
Where was this?
that was in the Middle
It was
East.
in Iraq.
It was in
Yeah.
Iraq, and there was a Iraqi reporter that threw
Yes.
a shoe at him.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't think I needed to
I
No,
So,
you're
like,
good.
hey, man,
explain
Yeah,
that part,
he-
but I guess there are
he
some people
dodged
that
it,
don't know
though.
about
Yeah.
He
it.
dodged it, so you gotta get him when he's
Unfortunately.
not looking.
I
You
know.
know?
You're right.
That's
Yeah,
why
yeah,
he
yeah.
would throw another. Yeah.
He's used to it.
Was
getting
it a
stuff
left or
thrown at
right
him.
shoe that was thrown the first time?
Both. Oh no, left. It was left shoe first, right then after.
Oh,
they
there were
put
two
me on that.
shoes thrown?
Yeah, he
a
threw
1-2
both, which was
punch.
Oh,
and in Arab culture, it's also throwing
Yeah.
the shoe is like the most disrespectful thing.
It's like
you can
spitting
do.
at someone.
Exactly.
really?
Yeah. So it was like a big statement when he did
Oh.
it. Yeah.
See, that I didn't
Al
know.
Zaidi.
Yeah.
I think is how you pronounce his name.
What happened to him? I remember it was like huge. Like
He
thing.
got like taken away by security, but he was essentially like hailed as like a national hero because like the Iraqi citizens really didn't like
Yeah,
U.S.
the Iraqi government
interference.
isn't gonna arrest him for that. Either.
Yeah, so he kind of he's still a reporter. He's still alive.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
I know his name because I named one of my songs after him on the album
Shout
dropping
out.
on 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love saying that. My optics are questionable at best.
Why do you feel like you like making political music?
Because music, art in general, I would regard myself as an artist for a long time. And again, anything I'm saying right now, I feel like most creatives are already native to because especially with music, like I always viewed it as a vessel for me to communicate something at least. And especially with the album coming up or even in the live set, like you can hear like either half the lyrics are either really politically charged and the other half of the lyrics are like, I don't know, just things that I kind of go through, like with whatever mental health shit or other things like that, like really personal things. Like, and I just want to say it. Like, just being able to like just say it as a verse and move on is very therapeutic for me, and especially now where I have been very politically involved for a while. So at least like in terms of like following politics in this country and also like history and how it's affected me. Like, especially with, I would throw another shoe at George Bush because post 9/11 America sucks. I got a random search. I went on a trip to Cancun with my parents. I got random search 3 times on that trip.
Wow.
Yeah, just I was like, yeah, I know this is not a random search.
Where?
So one time was
Where?
in-
Where?
Where
Yeah.
and where?
Where and
You know
where?
what I'm saying.
Yeah, no. One time was in the Las Vegas airport, and then 2 times were in like the airport. I think in either Mexico City or Tijuana, one of those 2. But I was like, damn, this sucks. And like, just also like a lot of not just personally me, but the thing I hate the fact that I like politics and history. Because then I start seeing everything through the lens of only those, and I become miserable.
It's hard to separate.
Yeah.
It's
Gotta
hard to
worry
make.
about shit
Yeah.
locally sometimes.
Unfortunately, ignorance is bliss in it all, and the more you learn, the just more frustrating it gets
Yeah.
living
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
society.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
definitely written some political stuff that I just don't have the balls to like release. So I commend the
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, my whole thing about it is, like, again, very generic thing to say, but most artists can get it. Like, if it's not me, I don't really want to like push it forward, especially when these are things that I genuinely believe in and genuinely want to call out. Cause, I don't know, like, things are already going crazy enough. Like at this point, like satire basically can't outdo what's already happening in real life.
Everything is an Onion article.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm like, well, if this is the natural development of at least like where things are going to go, art should follow that trend at least with becoming more absurd or becoming more provocative, or at least like, yeah, like just again, that's really why I just kind of take everything on the chin and just be like, yeah, just kind of. That's me. Like it's like it up. Yeah.
That's awesome that you take that angle of it's just like, yeah, it's me. This is what I do. Because it's really hard as like a budding artist to just go all in. Like this is it. This is me, So it's I think it's a commendable trait to just be
Thank
like,
you.
well, first album, let's just try. I would throw another
Yeah.
right off the bat.
Start
Bold
with a
print.
bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like all capitalized or all lowercase?
It's all capitalized.
I feel
it's all
that.
capitalized. Yeah. So
Gotta be.
No
Trying to-
punctuation. That's it. Plain statement. Helvetica
Yeah.
font. Bold.
Helvetica font. You already know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good old time, but
Not Arial. Not Times New.
maybe times times new is not. It's too bland. It's too standard for this. I think especially with
Comic
what I'm trying to
Sans.
do.
Yeah, Comic Sans.
Comic Sans. I can't hate on it. My friend
Lowercase
likes it
Comic
too
Sans.
much. Yeah.
I would throw another shoe.
So how many tracks?
14, technically
Dang.
13, because one is only like an intro, but I feel like it adds a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
13.
but
it's good. Good number.
Yeah.
And you did all the art for it, right?
Yes, I did the art for it, which I'm thinking of doing a different cover for it, which I'm thinking of doing multiple covers for it. Who
Oh,
knows?
yeah.
Yeah,
You do
I
multiple
want to make
prints,
it a
yeah.
whole thing.
An
Yeah.
exclusive version.
Yeah,
A physical copy that's
a
different.
chop not slop version that might be available on Bandcamp. Who knows?
Yes.
like a slowed down version. It's very cool.
I'll take one of those.
Yeah.
Thank
for
you,
sure.
thank you.
We-
Yeah,
One of the singles is already out, right?
yeah. Uncle Sam's already out. It's on streaming.
Nice.
Pretty fun.
Spotify everywhere. Kurian.
Yes.
Kurian.
Kurian. Yeah,
Period?
It's my
No
middle
period.
name.
No period.
No
No
period.
period.
Yeah. But
It's your
Uncle
middle
Sam-
name? That's where it came from? I
Yeah,
was going
Kurian
to
is
ask.
my
what-
middle
Yeah.
name,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I did not know that.
Korean, that's kind of like just again the extension of myself onto like this entire art thing. Like if I'm gonna just fully lean into this, I might as well make it like an extension of myself, right? And no
Yeah.
better way to do that than my middle name, which most people don't even know because
Yeah.
I only go by like Joe or
Yeah.
like Thomas.
Yeah, no, I was over
Yeah.
here. I mean, I hang out with you frequently. I
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
over here thinking it was a name you like came up with. Just-
Yeah, no.
Does it mean anything? Is it?
It means so. I looked it up because it's funny because I should have looked it up earlier, but this name is from my maternal grandfather. Rest in peace. Maternal grandfather's side, and it means like it's a Christian Indian name, which I was Christian and Indian. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I'm Christian and Indian, but it means like the Lord's own or like Savior or some shit. And I'm like, that is a very lofty ass name.
Yeah.
but,
I feel that.
shit. It sounds
Heavy.
cool. Like people are
Yeah.
saying that like it sounds nice. So I'm like, all right, word.
So, for the audience, Kurian here, aside from making great beats and great rap music, does a lot of art project like visual art stuff. He's been making the flyers for our live showcases at Feature 52, and he's also dubbed the website manager for the website that's not currently up yet. We still gotta raise the funding for that, but so that's what he's been doing around here. Where did you when did you start doing visual art? Has that just been something you kind of always worked on, or?
Yeah, I mean, visual art. It's I always just kind of like doodled in school. Like I would do my schoolwork, generally be good with that, but I would always just doodle a lot. And I realized like, oh, I really like this, and people are telling me I'm good at it. So I never like it was always just something I kind of did on the side.
Mhm.
I spent a lot of effort into it. Like I have a lot of sketchbooks and stuff. It actually started with like around 4th grade, really. I had these notebooks and I would fill them up with like blueprints of like futuristic things. Like I made like a rocket. I made a whole planet and like had a society for it and
That's
the type
awesome.
of technology.
Like full world building.
Yeah.
Notebook.
Yeah. And I had like 3 notebooks dedicated to this like one world. It's called Sketchtora.
Sketchtora.
Sketchtora. Ooh.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, I had. Oh man, I really like made a whole society out of that. But I realized I like drawing a lot from it, so I was like, okay. So I started getting into more abstract stuff, especially like characters and things, and then essentially like digital art way later. And that's why I started doing the flyers because I was like, oh, I can just really do whatever I want for these.
You
Yeah.
designed one of your tattoos, didn't you?
I designed a lot of my tattoos.
Okay, yeah, I know one recently you got.
Yeah, I had the one recently. I have it. I have it
Somewhere.
my tank on now, but it's either on my lower abdomen, left or right. But
Of what?
it's like a meditating like devil thing. It's the
I
3
saw
eyes,
that
the
one.
one bleeding, and the halo with the horns. It looks really cool. Come to the live concert. Maybe you'll see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
this just in.
Shout
Kurian's
out
taking
to
off
the
his shirt.
ladies
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take
out
off my
there.
shirt because
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money on these tattoos, and damn it if I can't show them off.
You heard that, ladies. Kurian's throwing down big bucks on the Feature 52 podcast.
You can put tons of verb on that.
Yeah, all the
Tons of
delay.
verb. Yeah.
Hey guys, Spaceboy here to interrupt your listening experience with a message for the audio listeners. Unfortunately, the rest of the audio files for this podcast were lost, but luckily Michael's camera was recording audio in the room, so the rest of this conversation still exists. Just be aware that the audio quality is not going to be great for the rest of this podcast, but it's absolutely still worth listening to because it was a great conversation. All right, carry on, Gooby.
Do you meditate?
Yes, I love to meditate. I'm very, very spiritual, I would argue. I have an altar at home. I like doing little spells, little jars.
What's your go-to meditation practice?
Go-to meditation. So I like imagining all of your chakras just aligning, and then imagining. So Kundalini is like a snake spirit in the Hindu practice, and I'm paraphrasing a lot here, but imagine like a snake kind of just going up all your chakras. To refocus, I imagine like a drop of water in like a very still pond. Because in meditation, I'm trying to think of I'm just trying to let my mind rest. Not think of anything in particular, just let it sit. And it's really hard to do that.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just getting started.
hardest part.
It's insanely hard.
It's tough. But once you get the handle of it, I don't know, just incredible things start to happen. You start to just realize a lot of things about yourself.
Absolutely.
And the world around
And
you.
you find it easier to be more mindful in
Exactly.
your day to day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's a hard habit to build, but once you build a habit, you'll thank yourself for it.
Yeah, it's very difficult. For the first couple of years that I wanted to be more prolific, I guess, or meditate more often. It was always I do it maybe once or twice a month, but eventually it just I wanted to do it more and more, and it became a pretty frequent 4 or 5 days a week. Eventually, yeah.
Do you do it every day or any particular time of the day?
I try to every day, but there are a few days I go without it. I've had dry spells too, where sometimes I meditate every day of the weeks, and sometimes it'll be one meditation session per 2 months.
Yeah.
But lately, I've been going really into it again.
I kind of waver back and forth too.
Yeah, it's hard. Consistency is key, but it's also constant effort. You have to also train that up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
My I do the just straight up sit and meditate with no action, I guess I don't want to say traditional, but when people think of meditation, that form of meditation, I do that frequently. But what I really like doing, and it generally achieves a better effect for me, is just in the morning, first thing I do is I just write a full page of whatever bullshit was just brewing in my mind, and it starts the day completely fresh. It's like emptying your bowels in the morning,
No, seriously, yeah.
Emptying your mind.
You say that's what dreams are. It's like just your head letting go of unnecessary information.
Yeah, and I'm a very vivid and very frequent dreamer, so I tend to have a lot to write about in the morning. Even if I just wrote about my dreams, I already have a lot to write about, let alone all the stuff that's happening in my waking life.
Do you keep a dream journal?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I have a dedicated book for it.
I would do that, but I feel like I always forget my dreams the second that I wake up.
Yeah.
As soon as I wake up, I'm pretty sure I was dreaming.
Well, they
say
they say that if you make that your first action, it trains your mind to remember it a bit more.
Yeah.
Probably.
I used to keep a dream journal, but I stopped because my dreams were getting really intense. It's tough.
Yeah, I can't do that because I don't like writing. The act of writing.
Oh, I love physically writing.
My handwriting is so poor. I mean, just feeds into itself because I never do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so poor, and I can't fucking read what I wrote.
Even not being able to read it, but just the act of doing something so mindless like writing.
Oh no, I have to put a lot of thought into it.
Really?
Because I have such poor handwriting.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I write in all caps.
Maybe you could just do an audio, just turn your phone on, hit record, and talk for an
and
hour.
go, hey guys.
Yeah.
Thank you to the 45th episode of my dream journal.
Welcome to Fez's private dream journal.
Oh my God.
I would love to stumble on that.
That would be awful because I do not want to listen to myself. Oh well, I guess I could do voice to text.
It should be part of the website.
But you don't have to listen to it. I have gone back and reread maybe I would say 2 out of 10
Yeah.
entries. It's literally just to empty your brain. It's not. You're not trying to produce a piece of work.
You don't go
that
back
is,
to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's true. I never end up going back to it. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
But it's more the act of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the act of doing it that's important. It's not about making something good.
Yeah.
It's just whatever is coming.
Stream of consciousness.
Literally just a stream of consciousness. So a lot of the times the sentences don't like really pair together. They don't make sense, but it makes sense in the moment because that's where my brain is
That's
back and
a
forth.
lot like meditating.
Yeah,
You just gotta
exactly.
notice your own thoughts, like, oh, this shit doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Whenever I
psycho.
feel like I'm in a seasonal lull where I'm not able to meditate without doing that, I do that, and it kind of brings me back to that, like knowing what that mindset is like of just acknowledging your thoughts, placing them down, and walking away from them, kind of thing.
So since we're talking about
Writing. Oh my god.
Oh, what a
how do you write
segue!
lyrics?
Yes. Yeah. So
That was a great little meditation tangent.
I have
That was good.
I have a
That was
specific
good.
question because
Yeah.
when I write lyrics as as a singer, I'm trying to more match the vowels and like the rhymes and stuff, and I like pull from the previous line. But is it any like do the words come because obviously you have more words per minute than like a rock song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you normally start?
So
Do you start with a beat first or?
yeah, so I would consider myself a producer first always, just because that's what I ended up doing first. So the way I actually like mix before I even ever started writing is we live in the 21st century, so one of the cool stuff about it, out of the bunch of shitty stuff about it, is you can get rap acapellas, so rap songs, like other songs, for example, like if I wanted like a 21 Savage verse, right? I could just pull the verse by itself, just his voice, no instrumental, and then usually I would make a beat and like put his verse on top of one of the beats I make as a kind of like remix. So that's essentially how I started approaching like, how to make beats to match verses.
Oh, okay.
That's a really cool way to do it, like reverse engineering the song.
Yeah, I mean it's all it was a really popular method, especially with like just a lot of producers, like of course J Dilla and Madlib that work with it. But Knowledge was my go-to. He did a lot of stuff like that, where he had like a series about just taking a bunch of Meek Mill freestyles and putting like old soul beats over them or jazz beats over them. So that was definitely a huge inspiration. And then I just started writing, and it would be like I get a single, like I would sometimes just get a single line or maybe like 2 lines, and then over time I'd end up just stitching them together and then filling stuff out between them. Or sometimes I'll take it from like just the beginning and just start writing. Or sometimes I'll even like listen to another instrumental. Like the most recent example was like the instrumental for Late by Kanye West. And I would like write a verse for that, and then I just match the BPM and then put that verse over a beat that I made. And because the cadence, everything, because I'm already familiar with it, I can construct the beat around that. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
I didn't mean to catch your eye contact like that. My bad.
no, it's all good. I liked it.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I was gonna say that thing's gonna sit there the whole time.
Yeah. People are gonna be like, "What's that emoji on the table?" Well, now it's by my face.
Do you feel like the pen just kind of takes control? Like when you've got something on your mind, like you just feel like you could just go straight for it, like and just come up with like a verse just naked without like any instrumentation behind it.
Yeah, I mean, that actually did start happening a lot more frequently, especially when I started writing, where usually I'd have the beat first, but there have been times where I've had a verse first, and I'm realizing, at least like the more I do this, like it's a completely different process after that, because then I'm like, oh, I gotta make a beat around something else, which I kind of experienced with, but like, you know, it's always different, yeah.
So what's next for Kurian after this album?
After this album, well, I have my other producer here, Space Boy.
Space Boy's working with everyone right now.
He's either Hemlock or Wormwood.
I'm one or the other.
Yeah.
He's one or the other.
You get to choose.
This guy.
Vote now.
Some
Space Boy makes the mad.
killer beats.
We got an EP. We got
yeah.
5 songs in the works.
5 songs on it, and it's gonna be fantastic.
One of them was in your set just
Yeah, it's the third to last one, if I remember properly.
Third to last.
I think right before you went into it, you said next song.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But after that, like I have the EP, but I'm already planning on the next album. I was really hoping for this one album to kind of just start the waterfall of songs, because I mean, again, this is something I've wanted to do for a long time. So now that I've actually have an incentive to keep going, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and now you're a part of a bit of a scene. You know, you got like more musician friends. You're meeting new people, and now it's like you feel more inclined to stick with it and make more stuff. Like we're working on tracks. You've got tracks with Space Boy. Like it becomes a downward spiral. An upward spiral. I was thinking it's downhill, like you're pushing a snowball downhill. But
it's snowball.
It is definitely a snowball.
I always say it's a downward spiral, even though that's a negative thing. I just feel like downward spiral would be fun. Like, why is that a negative thing? Wouldn't that be fun?
You descend into heaven.
Yeah, as you know, walk down the stairway to heaven.
Yeah. It's easy. It's easy. Why would you walk up? That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So are you gonna do? You've got the 5 songs with Space Boy.
Yes.
Are you gonna do like an EP of Space Boy? Or are you gonna do like an EP of just a bunch of different producers that you're working with? Or?
It's gonna be the EP with Space Boy. This is me and Space Boy, but I also am just planning stuff out with so many people already. So I definitely do see more collaborations with other producers and just artists in general in the future.
We're gonna need to get a psychoactive herb to name you after. So we got hemlock, wormwood, and another one.
Else.
Yeah,
Marijuana.
Absinthe. Right in the comments below.
Everclear.
Everclear.
What's Kurian's alter ego?
Yeah.
Everclear.
Everclear is pretty funny.
Yeah. Great band.
Just straight wood alcohol.
Yeah. That is a band, right?
Everclear? Yeah. It's Everclear's band.
Shit.
That's
Straight punk rock or what?
No, it's something about California or something.
I'm pretty sure it's like a 90s indie, or not indie rock, like a butt rock.
Yeah.
I'm really not familiar.
Yeah.
But I know it's a band.
They've got like one or two like hits that come up on rock radio.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Rock radio.
Rock radio. 94.7. Rock radio. All rock all the time. This ain't your mama's radio.
Plays radioactive.
Do you just have the one earring on?
Yeah, I usually just
I
only
can't
have
see
the
your
one
other.
dingly.
Oh, okay.
I was stuck.
But your other ear is pierced, right?
Yeah,
Show the camera.
Show the camera.
You gotta show the AK.
Do a 180
I gotta
to the
show the
camera.
AK.
Yeah.
Okay, look. I got an AK. I got an AK earring. Woo!
So big Clash.
It's loaded. It's locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that.
No license.
That's the OG, man.
Thank you. It's really fun. Hopefully I get a Mac 10 one soon. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
So when you're walking into a place like a public park where there's a sign that says no guns and you're wearing that earring, do you get nervous or?
Do you like roll the sleeves back down? You're like, I gotta hide these, conceal carry.
I carry myself with confidence. I'll get some nervous looks. They'll they'll see that. They'll like look at me and be like, oh no, like what's he gonna do? But then they realize I'm on their side and they're like, oh Kurian's here. Oh, thank God Kurian's here. I'm like, oh, and everyone starts cheering.
The only thing that's not the bad guy with the gun is good guy with the Clash of Coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mentioned you being dubbed the official website manager for Feature 52. What you have a degree in
So
web
I
design?
am a digital marketing specialist.
Digital marketing specialist. Official title.
Title.
What inspired that decision? Why'd you go down that road?
So I have to appease my parents. Woo! No, I go to college for international business, and I wanted something to diversify, but also use for my artistic stuff and digital marketing, which is kind of that approach. Business school is really wonky. It's like an upside down world. It's really crazy in there.
Mm-hmm.
We learn a lot of stuff that I don't know, especially taking economics. That's kind of the reason why I have the political views I do now. Because I'm like, what do you mean 4% unemployment? Or not 2% unemployment is a good thing for the economy? And I'm like, what do you mean by that? Like that doesn't make any sense. Just a lot of criticisms like that. Like a lot of things that were essentially taught but shouldn't like we're told to agree with a lot of things, like again, like the 2% unemployment, or like some people being in poverty, it means the economy's in balance or some shit like that. And it either, like, people, what I've seen from my personal experience is people either completely buy into it or they reject it. And that's how you get, like, the economists becoming, like, these really, like, far-leaning leftists, or becoming, like, you know, just like, oh, actually trickle down is a good thing. And you paying more taxes is good. Yeah.
Do you feel like that, like, being in like business school, like feeds into like your passion about like politics and things like that?
100%. Yeah.
Because if you're not in that world, you don't see it. But I get you.
Yeah, no, it's like again, I was really lucky to have even the privilege of going to college, because even like that alone is really difficult. But yeah, just seeing everything for as it is, and even like looking forwards into like what would happen after you graduate from some place like business school, like what kind of career you would have after that. It just seems like it's I don't see how someone lives like that. Like it's really tough, especially like holding the views I do, and like knowing like what these things really stand for, just like corporate greed, and like why the environment is going to shit, or why everything is going to shit. And you're just kind of expected to like, oh, well, like you need to have like 3 side hustles now as well, but hey, keep going, bucko.
Just
you can do
pull
it.
yourself up by those bootstraps.
Pull yourself up. You got it. You're almost there. You got it.
Yeah.
No.
It's an interesting angle, you know, because there's a bit of a contrast there, being an artist and speaking out against all of, you know, big business and all the bullshit that's going on, versus, you know, going to school for it.
Yeah.
And it's I hope that you can find something like Future 52 that actually, you know, pays, that is within your realm of you know, being able to apply that business knowledge to something, you know, for a good cause.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, that's why I'm kind of just, again, full sending on the music shit, because I'm like, at least I have like enough experience now about how certain industries work, where I can approach it differently, even if I do have these like provocative pieces of art, I would say.
Yeah, but you can say the provocative things and be able to back it up, because you know you're educated.
Yeah.
It's
It is everything.
important.
Yeah.
How long is it until you graduate?
1 more year.
Oh, just 1
year. Yeah, it would have been soon if it wasn't for like existential dread.
I feel that,
We've all been there.
Existential dread every day.
I have it right now.
Yeah.
Took a semester of chemistry, worst mistake of my life.
I feel that.
Shouldn't have hit that weed. Now I'm doing a semester at University of Reno.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
Space Boy, you've got a sign on your forehead that says no drinks, but you've got a drink in front of you.
I have no idea what
How
you're
dare
doing.
you? How dare you?
Eats the bottle.
Yeah.
Quick, hide it.
It's candy. It's like hard candy.
It's gonna eat it later.
Oh, it's like a sugar glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually just smashing against my head first, and then it's like gonna be a full-on brawl from there.
I would
Winner
be
takes
down
all.
to get a bunch of fake movie prop bottles
Glass,
and
and
have
just start-
Fez, instead of Fez clapping, he hits me over the head with a bottle.
Hey guys.
Yeah, every episode.
Yeah.
I'd take it.
20 shooting glass bottles.
Yeah,
for
I'll
the
take
ending
it.
of an episode. Yeah.
Pure Sport used one for their music video,
Yeah.
and he said it hurt, but he also had it thrown at his head, which means like the butt of the bottle, like the strongest part of it, hit him. So I
Shout out
assume,
Pure Sport. They like my story all the time. I love y'all.
shout out Pure Sport. They're the homies.
Yeah.
But I do, after seeing that and hearing him talk about it, I am very curious to know what it feels like to get struck over the head with a fake glass bottle.
Me too. I mean, it's pretty hardcore,
Yeah.
but I'm sure the effect you get out of it is gonna be worth it.
Yeah, if it's like, if it just hurts, but it's like manageable, like
Yeah.
I don't know, like a paintball or a BB gun or something.
Yeah.
You can hit me over the head
Yeah.
at the start of every episode. I think that's perfect.
Or
All at
what
once.
if
At the start of every show too.
what
Every
if
live
it was
show.
like
Wear a
What-
helmet.
wear a helmet on the podcast?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Just for the beginning.
Yeah.
what if it was like, hey guys, and then somebody off, like Mike throws
my
throws one at me. It's like,
Straight
hey
in
guys,
the face. Like,
Yeah.
welcome to the Feature 52 podcast with blood running down my face. It's a real bottle. We accidentally forgot to switch it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be great if we had a you know how we start each podcast with like the little intro, like filtered whatever is like talking before. I would like to level that up. Maybe some like background music, and then you're like, hey guys,
elevator
smash me over the head, and
I
then
thought you meant like turn up the volume.
oh no,
Bad
Level
luck.
that up.
no, that's Space Boy's job.
crash.
Yeah. It's your job now.
It's been his job.
I mean, but I'm
Mixing
officially,
monkey.
you're
to
a dub.
level up.
Yeah. Mike plays there sometimes.
Level up.
Yeah, it's like an arcade.
It's an arcade bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
where's level up?
MGM.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
he-
Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
He shouted that because it's in all caps.
Yeah.
Helvetica Gold Font.
It is in
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was not Comic Sans.
Not not when
all
they.
lowercase.
Could you imagine if a company as massive as MGM just had like Comic Sans font?
No, they deserve it.
It's like the tiger roar at the beginning of the movie, and it's Comic Sans.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Well, no, it's a lion, and it's actually fun fact. That lion is sneezing.
Yeah.
He's not roaring.
Really?
Because did you know that?
You talked about this yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that?
Sneezing.
I did know that.
Comment below if you knew that.
Did you know it?
Did
You should have
you?
watched Wildcrats. Should have watched that Nat Geo.
Wild Kratts.
What?
Yeah. Oh, do you guys not watch Wildcrats?
No.
It was a show,
C-R-A-T-S?
man. If you know,
Whoa, wait, hang on.
Wait,
I do. Okay.
yeah, it's on
I
PBS.
can picture the logo, but I've never
Yeah.
seen it.
It's about these two white dudes, and they go around the world, and they have like nature. They do like nature shit, and they have these suits that let them turn into any animal they want. So they'll be in like the savannah. And they're like the rhino can lift about up to 350 pounds. It's a magnificent creature.
I remember my younger cousin watching it as a kid.
And then they have the suit that'll turn into a rhino, and they'll go crazy.
Okay. So this is not like a documentary. It's not
No. I mean,
But
there's
it's
like
still
a-
educational.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
like a real life section of them. Like you'll see them in real life, and they'll turn into their cartoon
No,
selves.
it's like a kid's show.
The cartoon selves look like 20 years younger. It's just them two. It's like two dudes that would be golfing or some shit.
That's
Like,
wild.
Yeah, they'd be looking for 9 irons, not salamanders. Yeah.
That's a killer show concept. Never heard of that show before.
Wild Kratts.
Wildcats. It was good.
Kratz.
Yeah.
Oh, Kratts. K. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I could picture the logo.
It's that
never seen the
PBS,
show.
man. I had Cartoon Network for 1 year. Then my parents were like, "It's distracting you. You need to focus."
What is the most influential cartoon?
Yeah,
I was
SpongeBob.
literally just gonna ask.
Yeah.
Yes.
Easy.
Yeah.
Thank
SpongeBob. I think
Yeah.
did we talk about this already?
We might have.
we might have.
Maybe, but not on a podcast.
Not on the
yeah.
podcast,
Not
but
yet.
SpongeBob is the most influential and defined a generation. And not only
Yeah.
I give it merit because it has absurdist humor, but still has enough mass appeal for it to be accepted by everyone.
It
But
also
some
hits
jokes are
some
out there.
deep shit
It does
sometimes.
hit
Yeah.
some shit,
It's
yeah,
not all of
yeah.
service.
Like
Yeah.
SpongeBob is so common where like if someone liking it, it would be considered basic, but it's understandable. Like
Yeah.
it's a good medium. It's a good show.
I've never heard anyone except for like crazy Karens
Yeah.
say anything bad about,
Bad about
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, yeah. It's a good show.
Yeah.
Shout out Steven.
Literally defined a generation of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember watching it like coming out. I know I've told you this like this exact thing
No,
before.
yeah.
But I remember seeing like the first episode on TV.
Some of my core memories were literally when I was a kid and my dad would make on Sundays. My dad's a mailman for the USPS. Shout out, Dad, love you.
Shout out USPS. Not a
Shout
hard,
out
not an
USPS.
easy job.
Not an easy job, but he does it well.
Thank your
But-
postman.
He worked on. He doesn't work on Sundays. So when I was a kid, he would make ramen for me and my sister on Sundays, and with an egg and some green onions. And we'd always watch SpongeBob. Like it was every Sunday. We pick our favorite episode.
Cute.
Core memory.
So
Yeah.
you
What made you
man.
want to be a rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
So
This
you,
SpongeBob
Four grown
fucking
men
goes
get
so
on a
hard,
podcast
yeah.
Dick ride SpongeBob.
you moved here in 04?
04. From Saudi Arabia. Woo.
Oh, dude, okay. I knew that.
Yeah.
I asked you that when I first met you, and then I just like
No,
never.
it's a
We
weird.
never talked about it again. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
were you born in Saudi?
yeah, I
Arabia?
was born in Saudi. I was born in Riyadh, the capital. That
Okay.
oil money run deep. It's a beautiful city.
Do you
but
have
it's
many
evil.
memories of being
Yeah, I
there?
remember
I
a
mean,
lot.
you've gone back and visited.
No.
No?
No.
No.
It's a evil country. I don't like going there.
Yeah, well,
that oil money run deep, am I right? No. But I do have memories. It's weird because I left there when I was 4, but I still have memories from it. Like there was a lot of like really pretty parks. Like the buildings were pretty. It was just like a lot of personal freedoms we didn't really have, especially as Indians in an Arabic state. Because there is a difference between Arabs and Indians, even if it isn't really seen like that in airports here. But they do treat us differently. That's why we came out here, because my mom had my sister, and she was like, my mom was like the most educated person in our family. And she had less rights than my dad, which was crazy. And she was like, she had my sister, and she's like, oh, we gotta get out of here. So that's why we came to Las Vegas.
So why Las? So how'd your parents end up in Saudi Arabia?
So it was really common for South Indians, especially, to work in the Gulf and send money back home, and that was essentially the case with my parents. My dad was an engineer; his degree's in engineering, but my mom was a nurse over there. We came to Vegas. It was either Vegas or London, the two choices, because my mom was given work offers. Just because she's a
so you could have had a British accent.
I say this every time. Yeah, I could have had a British accent.
Right.
Yeah, but the cost of living was high in London.
You'd be
so
unstoppable.
if I had a British
if you had a British
bro.
accent combined with your level of style and steez, you'd be unstoppable. In America anyway.
Sex symbol.
Yeah.
In America, yeah.
You'd just be like normal there.
Yeah.
But now you could go over to the UK.
But I promise you, they don't think American accents are sexy.
Yeah, unfortunately. No. I mean, not actually, probably for the better.
Lately, it's it probably just makes you look like a symbol of stupidity.
I will say, my friends tell me that I speak in Times New Roman. So, shout out Camille and James. Yeah, but
Interesting.
just shouting out people every 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's how we get the follows.
I get it.
Shout out God.
Some people
shout
out JC, Jesus Christ, my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JC.
The carpenter. Wait,
The
he was
carpenter.
a
He was a carpenter.
Yeah. He had the hammer.
Yeah.
He-
You did have a hammer.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you moved here in 2004 and you've
Yes.
been in Las Vegas ever since?
I've been in Las Vegas ever since. I've seen this damn
So from
city
desert to
change.
desert.
To desert to desert, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Yep.
We're riding the next verse here.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Someone throw a beat.
I do have a song called Ashes in the Dust. It's on the album.
Yeah, someone
John,
remix this
9/11.
interview.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Because you can just lift the audio separate from the music that's playing underneath.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I just got a good idea. I want to take one of these episodes and just like all of just like take the voices and turn them into like pieces of the song, like make a beat completely.
Oh yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you've had enough dialogue.
Absolutely.
In all these episodes.
There's enough plosives and random. You just made hi-hat right there, bro. Come on. Easy.
You gotta get the Pure Sport doing the little
Shout out
open
List
up
77.
their
Open up the Fosters.
Yeah.
We got plenty of.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we got plenty of.
Can we layer those claps?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Easy.
Shout out the Lunch 77 Pierre-born drum kit .wave.
So you're.
It carried me through my production.
So is the next album
Yeah.
going to also be on FL Studio? Are you an FL fan like for long term, or do you plan on learning any other
Oh,
DAWs?
really good question. I would love to learn other DAWs, but it really, artistic expression is really my main focus above all else, rather than technical ability. Even with some of the flyers, I use a free version of Pixar to make all my stuff. I have Photoshop, but sometimes it's just a lot of hassle, you know?
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Whatever
me,
gets you there.
Exactly. For me, output is the highest importance. Meaning, like, it doesn't matter how you get there. If it sounds good at the end,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just curious. Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of people there's obviously a lot of FL fans out there
Yeah.
that are diehard FL fans, but like I said in the beginning of the podcast, FL is usually like the gateway. A lot of people
it is the
transfer
gateway drug.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some people just kind of stick with it, and it's not that I'm against learning others. It really just like maybe there will come a time where I want to learn another one, but right now it's like it's helping me a lot. Like it's real. I've learned the DAW enough where I'm like, okay, like whatever idea I have, I can really easily translate it onto the software itself.
Right.
Yeah. So
Well, you're making some fire shit.
thank you. I really
So
try my best.
you have no reason to change DAWs. I was just curious.
Yeah, of course.
So we've got the album "I Would Throw Another Shoe at George Bush" coming out very soon. On 9/11.
Not this week.
Which
This
is,
is
I
August.
said very soon because I don't know when this podcast is going out.
Oh yeah.
I was about to say next week,
Yeah.
but it's it's
That's this
August.
week, isn't
Next month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Eventually.
You are performing
Second show.
August
Yes. second show.
26th. Did
August
I get that date
26th.
right?
Yeah,
August 26th.
It is a Friday.
Yes.
Mark your calendars, ladies and gentlemen.
Mark it.
At the Feature 52 live
Feature 50 shoe.
Okay.
The feature,
Yeah,
the other,
feature
the
shoe
other
at George
feature 50
Bush.
shoe at George Bush.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you to all three of us for making the same joke at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Single
great to
consciousness,
edit.
single
Yeah, I love
consciousness.
talking over each other.
Yeah, I love
Anyway.
talking over each other.
Yeah.
I love
Thank you.
talking.
What? Huh?
I love talking over each other. It's like my favorite thing to
Yeah.
do.
Mic check?
So, driving.
But yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, I love talking.
Where is Lola?
Yeah.
so you can catch Kurian at that live showcase
Yeah.
August 26th, and yeah, you got anything? Any last?
Any last words?
Any last words?
You know,
Yeah.
you guys have made fun of me for saying that on previous episodes, but I don't know how else to word that.
Do you have anything left to say for yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I'm
even
just-
worse.
Yeah,
Well,
go
no,
to your head.
it just-
Tell me your last words.
It reminds me
Yeah.
of one of the first podcasts we did where you said, Fez, you have any last
Yeah.
words before I chop your fucking head off?
Yeah,
So I can't
because
think of that.
because in that moment as I was saying, do you have any last words?
And you
I
had
was
that,
like,
yeah.
oh shit, here's one of those moments where you're doing a show where it's kind of stream of consciousness and you
Yeah.
don't have enough time to think about what you're saying before
Yeah.
you say it. And as I started saying, do you have any last words? I was like, this doesn't compete. Like, that's not a good way to say that.
Yeah.
And so that's why I tacked on the before I chop your head off, because I was like, that was just, made a joke out of it.
Those were a
I
lot of
actually have
last
some last
words, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I actually have some.
You're
last
filibustering the last.
I'll filibuster your filibuster, buster.
I'm gonna filibust.
words.
What's your
Are
last
there?
words?
So you're working with Zebra Force.
Yes.
Wait, is it gonna be like Zebra Force X Korean?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you're also working with Space Boy, Super
Yeah.
X Korean.
Yeah.
Who else would you want to collaborate with, or?
Ooh, I am hoping to meet more people at this upcoming showcase, but
Yeah.
there are some people that I do want to work with. There's a small producer named Yandrik, and he does a lot of production. I don't know where he's based out of, but he does a lot of cool stuff. Especially like, God, fuck TikTok first of all, but I need to get on there because I'm like the outreach or whatever.
Why fuck TikTok? What's
Fuck
your
TikTok.
beef?
What's my gripe with TikTok?
I mean, I agree, but
Yeah.
why?
It's just content for the sake of content. So I did like a whole social media class with that fucking digital marketing hell course or whatever. And like again, like a lot of the focus right now in business and just the world in general in terms of how we engage with everything is quantity over quality always.
Yeah.
So especially with TikTok like that, like we save TikTok and we'll send them, but we most likely never go back to them again.
Yeah.
So especially as an artist, that really is tough because you make these things that are intended to just be shared, but then they're not really supposed to be disposed of. You're trying to promote songs or anything, but the content you're using is meant to be disposed of,
Yeah.
right? So it's like I'm saying fuck TikTok. I'm using it. I will give it commend it for its algorithm. Like it helped me find a lot of small artists, but like if you're not on it constantly, you're only gonna get so much out of it, which is a really shitty.
Yeah.
That's how they all
Yeah.
work.
If you asked me the
Yeah.
same question, I would have said basically the exact
Yeah,
same.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm like it's just kind of like if you want an audience in some way, it's kind of a necessity now, even if it's like not saying it's impossible without it. And by all means, if you're doing it without it, I commend you all the way. But just for me, like I'm like it's kind of an inevitability for me. Yeah.
So Yandrik,
Yandrik.
how do you spell that?
Yondrik.
It's not how I was gonna spell it.
YAWN.
Did you find them on TikTok?
I found them on TikTok. They did a remix of this one. So there's this rapper called E-Man who's in jail. Free E-Man. And there's do you guys know Drewski? Have you guys heard of Drewski? Yeah. There was a live. Drewski was on Instagram Live, and E-Man from jail was doing a rap. Like he was like just spitting bars, and Yondrik made it it's crazy how deep this goes. But Yondrik made a beat over it, and I listened to that remix so much. It's like a nice jazzy remix over E-Man's bars. Which E-Man, first of all, rap is incredible because this guy spits really really good verses. But he also has a cellmate or whatever. He just has a friend in there who does beats by banging on the bed or slapping the wall or something. And he'll do the ad-libs. They sound like full songs.
That's awesome.
It's really really cool.
I gotta check that out. I haven't.
Yeah. Free E-Man. Free E-Man for real. Yeah.
That's dope.
And free TK. I don't that Santana World's too good.
Well, it's been great having you on the podcast, man.
Thank you.
This was an awesome episode. It's also the most people we've had on the show.
I know.
I'm sorry, the most people. Let me finish. I smoked. The most people from Feature 52 crew. On the podcast.
Yeah, we've got 5 out of the 6 people here.
Yeah, that's pretty
good old
crazy.
time.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
Trevor.
So if you,
Gone but not forgotten.
Yeah, he moved.
5 out of the 6. The 5th is Michael behind the camera. But we all knew that.
Yeah.
So, folks out there, if you have any questions for Feature 52, you know our faces, all of us, most of us now.
And you're going to be seeing a lot more because we've got
More.
our band Elephant King coming on the next month. So, which is 3 of the 6 of Feature 52. So, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you see us every episode, but
Yeah.
you're gonna
You
get
guys see
deep
us.
with us.
They'll be
next
in the
month.
hot
You're gonna
seat.
get deep.
We're gonna get deep. All right, we gotta wrap this up. It's been an hour long.
Oh shit.
It was like 55 minutes.
Yeah. Well, you know,
We're past 52.
Well, thanks for
the
tuning
golden
in.
minute.
Thanks for tuning in. My album drops on 9/11. Free E-Man, free TK, Rip Pop Smoke. Bye.
You heard it here first.
August 26th, baby. Be at the live session, the live show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gooby.
Gooby.
Gooby. Stay
Oh, that
smart.
was fun.
It was very nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'll see you next time, man.
Fez, you're hired.
Thank you.
Kurian,
Yes.
keep
Thank you.
doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Keep. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
That was a good episode.
That was a good episode.
I like having you on.
Yeah.
It's a nice dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying anything.
Well, even if it was like a 3-piece band or something.